Well, I'm sitting here at my dressing table again, and you have asked, in fact, actually, a friend of mine, Anne-Marie, who follows my channel, yes, another Anne-Marie, and who's a personal friend of mine, said, why don't you do a video on, you might have seen her comment, she said, do one on sunscreen, because I know which sunscreen you use, and I forgot which one it is, and I think it'll be worthwhile you telling us. I have a bit of a collection of sunscreens that I use for my face. I use Ultra Sun, which is the one that Anne-Marie was referring to. I use Ultra Sun for my body in the normal, untinted, but the face tinted, and it's actually quite dark. It's that one there, swatched, if you can see the top. I also like to use the Australian Gold Factor 50 sunscreen. Now, I bought this a while ago, and I don't believe they make this particular version anymore. They brought out an alternate version with a different name. I'll link it down below. And that's the lighter colour there. I also have Heliocare in light and a Heliocare in brown, and those colours are similar to those two colours. So it's all quite interchangeable, and what I will often do is with the light, these two are both the light, mix them with these on my hand to apply, because they're both factor 50, it's all factor 50, so mixing it I see as no problem, but to get the right skin tone colour. So if I'm on holiday, somewhere hot where you're expected to be looking quite tanned, I would be using these two on my face without mixing. If I'm in the UK, I would mix in these two late summer, but early summer, today I would be using this colour without mixing, just going for the light. So today I am putting on, and I will link down, I'll put links down below for these, that I easily available online, and in Marks and Spencer's. The Ultra Sun's available in Marks and Spencer's. They may not look now like these tubes. My tubes aren't that old. I mean, I tend to keep tubes for about 2 years. That's it. They generally say they're fine for 2 years, the ones that I get. If I am putting on a foundation instead, so I will use these as my foundation, these tinted ones, I'll use as my foundation. If I'm going somewhere where I want to be wearing a foundation, obviously I won't be using these, but I would put on underneath, and if I'm going to be outside and need a sunscreen, I would use something like the Supergoop sunscreen, unseen sunscreen, that I would be putting then on under my foundation. Today, because you've asked, Anne-Marie, that is my sunscreen, and I am showing you how to create this look using these, because I'm going out for the day, I'm going to be out in the sun, I need this as my need these type of things as my foundation. I need these as my foundation today. I have done it, I've put these on as my foundation, and I'm just going to show you how. So this is a get ready with me. So my goodness, all my bare face and freckles and things, but this should stop it happening further, shouldn't it? So I've got vitamin C on, I've got moisturiser on, and my moisturiser does not have an SPF in it, and I have been caught out like that before, because so many have, and when you one day use one without, and you go and make an assumption because you don't even think about it, and then get burnt. And that has happened before, and I ended up recording a video the next day on Heliocare, and I just looked, I had really puffy face, it was awful. Anyway, moving on, I've decided today I'm going to use the Heliocare in the light, because that is going to be the right coverage or colour coverage for my current arm colour and hand colour and the rest of my skin at the moment. You know, I haven't got fake tan on my arms, I won't be showing my legs, I haven't got much fake tan on my legs, it's very light coverage for this time of year because it's still early June, and so I think this is going to be the right. But now I have to make sure I have got sunscreen quantity rather than foundation quantity, so it's going to be more than what I would put on as a foundation, because I need, what is it, a tablespoon or something like that, so I need about that for my face. Also, the other thing is, because I want sun protection from this, if I put it on with a brush, some of it's going to go on the brush. If I'm going to put it on with a sponge, some of it's going to go on the sponge, so I won't get this all on me, so it's got to be my hands, so that I'm getting a really thick protection. It's a bit of a glow to this, but I can get rid of that. You know, I don't have to go around looking glowy, I can put powder on top. It's a good colour for, actually it looks darker on camera, really it's not as dark. So I'm going to let that settle a bit now. I'm going to go and have my breakfast and let that settle. I have put on as well on my body, around my neck line, this Shiseido. How's that? You know what I mean anyway. I've put this on my feet. I have put it on my neckline and my chest. And this is just a spray, Factor 50 spray sport. I think it's really easy to use and love. Love it. I still have my arms to do. That will be last minute. Right then, so I do find these are a bit like a glow, like the It Cosmetics CC cream, the glowy one. These are a bit like that. They just look on your face like, if you're familiar with that glowy CC cream from It, this looks like it on my skin, which the shine just makes pores show. So I will be going over with a powder. Charlotte Tilbury, I've had this for ages, and it's the Flawless Finish in No. 1 Fair, and I think that'll be fine actually. And I'm just going to put that over where my glowy bits are and pores, just to dampen down that shine. For this light daytime look, I am going to use a bronzer. I'm using, because I have it, Laura Mercier No. 2. Now this is actually a powder, but it's actually a bronzer powder. And they call it it's Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder No. 2. And yeah, it just has that effect of looking like a bronze. You can use it all over like a powder. I am just going to use it as a bronzer with a light coverage. So I use this Real Techniques brush. This is, isn't it? Yes, Real Techniques brush, bronzer brush. It's the 201, and just a light coverage, just to give me a bit of a glow. Well, not the sort of glow I had before that I wanted to get rid of. This is different. No, what I'm trying to do is give myself a little bit of colour. Saw someone say they had a high forehead, and I do as well, and so they put bronzer on the top of the forehead. Don't know why or how that works, but still, maybe it just creates a bit of shadow. So there, that's my bronzer, on my cheeks again. There we go, under my chin. That's it really, that's the bronzer. Right, blusher on. I am going to use a bit of highlighter, and I am using one by Illamasqua. There's funny names that I can't pronounce. It's got a bit of a pink tinge to it as well, quite nice pretty glow. But I'm using a fan brush to do that, and just put it just above where my blusher is going to go. Just a little bit of a glow. Blusher I'm using is an Yves Saint Laurent one, YSL, and it's just Couture blush. That's it. You can see it's heavily used. I love this blusher. I would probably replace it. I'm just going to have to put my brush around the outside using a Real Techniques brush to gather that up. But it's just perfect for my colour tone. For warm colouring, love this colour, especially in the summer. Right, next thing is my eyes. I'm going to do my eyes as I did in a video earlier, and I'll put that up here, so just look at that for the eyes. So eyes done now. Lips next. Now I want to show you these. I bought them last year. This is from COLOURCIENCE, and they are a Factor 50 lip colour. Disadvantage is they're like a block, so that it takes a bit of a technique to apply them. So there's a variety of colours, and I think they're a safe thing to use, and you can actually then just put it in your bag and just top up, and you know you've got a sunscreen as a lipstick. So my collection, I've only got these two in the collection. I've got a light nudie pink called Blush here. That's the colour of it. That's what I'm tempted to use today. But my alternative is a bronze called Bronze, which also actually I might wear. Which one am I going to wear today? It's the Bronze, which is a sort of a terracotta colour. And the blush is just a pinkier terracotta at the top there. See, so the bronze is at the bottom and the blush is at the top. I think that because of I think I'll wear the blush. Now you might say, why am I not using a pencil, or you know, a lip pencil or a lip brush to actually put it on, given the size of this thing here? I don't want to apply it too thinly, being a sunscreen. So It's going to have to try and wear down the edge there to turn it into a lip pencil, lipstick shape with use. It's going to be the answer, really. I bought these last year. This year they might have a more sensible shape. You never know, they might have a more sensible shape. I'll link them down below for you. If not, if they still come in this sort of block, well, I mean, I'm just using the edge and eventually sort of gradually going to be shaping it into a lipstick shape. I found out about these from Dr. Dre actually last year. Thought she's recommending them. They're going to be really worth having. So that's why I've got those. Anyway, so that really is my finished. That is my finished sun daytime look. I hope that was useful, and I'll see you all in an outfit.